Mary Ann, if you'd like to give a statement, and then after you're done, then we'll have both candidates back up here and we'll have a question and answer.
Well, folks, it's not really all gloom and doom. We've got a city that gloom, doom, better. Speak up, get out of here. We've got a city that's functioning, so there may be a difference of opinion, but I'm extremely pleased to live here now. Let's try to see some of the differences that these candidates, Mayor Kirkdall, myself, and Deb Kurtzman are. I'd like to thank the Men's Republican Party first for inviting us. This is our first time out, so you get to see the novice begin. Next week, we're going to differ, believe it or not, in a lot of different ways, so depending on what issue we're going to talk about. But I have to ask a couple of questions before I start. How many here live in the city of Prescott? Raise your hand. How many live in Prescott Valley, Chino Valley, the county? Okay, we're divided up. So it's these city of Prescott votes are going to dictate who's going to be your mayor. But every one of you that live in Chino and the county and PD will know something. So I think what I'm asking you, make sure that after you've listened to us and you've formed an opinion, get out there and tell your friends and neighbors. Next week, we got a town of about 39,000 people. That's Prescott's borders. And a very small percent of you get your information through the courier. The rest of you get it on the internet. You get it from your neighbor. You get it from the radio. You get it from your groups and organizations. You need to make sure that information that you are getting is correct, not just rumor control, some of the things that you don't necessarily agree with. One person sitting on that council does not change everything that's going on. We're one of 7. Each one of us have a vote, and I'm pretty proud of my past history on this council. I'm finishing up 8 years living in the river, and I also served in the early 90s. And you guys remember Dave Rutowski, Don Carsey, Karen Fan, Nancy Holiday. We were there starting, and believe it or not, we brought Costco to the city of Prescott. And at that time, how could we do that to our town? We did it for sales tax. We did it because this is how we live on sales tax. Been a lot of promises made, but I think these last 8 years have been a lot of promises kept. There was a time that we had a lot of money. Do remember, we were buying open space, we were working on Copper Basin, we had Iron Springs. We were exactly where we wanted to be. Construction was going, everything was there. And all of us were pretty happy, and all of a sudden, it began to go down. It went down again and again. And this year, we are out $1 million from the state that we've got to try to make up. And I think we're doing that, little by little. So why would a councilwoman want to run for mayor? Why not? You serve. Where do you go? Do you move on to be a judge? Do you go out to be a corporation commission? Where do you go? Normally, those people that sit on boards and commissions move up to council. Council moves on to that next spot. And over 2 years ago, I had decided at that time I wanted to run for this spot. And it was quite well known. This was not something that I threw my hat in the last few months. I have full intentions of running for this spot. And again, who else runs? That's what, it's your vote. you get to put that vote in to decide who you want to be your mayor and council. I think experience helps. I think serving on boards. I think living in this community for over 34 years. I raised 2 boys. I worked at our local retail, and I was told, first time I ran, my oldest son said, you know what? If you just get 1 vote from everyone who sold a refrigerator to the other day, we had to stretch it out to ranges and dishwashers. But yes, I got voted in and experienced with it. I worked at Sears for about 25 years and got to hear the good things and the bad things. I went on council. They continued. The garbage cans weren't big enough. Our streets were in terrible shape. And how could you vote that way? Well, that's what you do on a council. You get elected and you hope that you're going to take care of the community as a whole. The garbage cans, you might want to call down to Public Works, but I think along with the streets, we need it. When you get into any political position, you better have your homework done. You better realize what is expected of you and what you can do. This is not partisan. Mayor and council always have been. But I'm extremely proud to be a Republican. Thank you for that urban, jacked up speech to get the rest of us going. But it's a pleasure to be part of a party that has a core value, that understands where this country is. We bring it to the state, we bring it to the city, we take it out. So to be part of this party, I think is the best part. 8 years ago, when I first ran, the parking garage seemed to be the biggest issue. And we talked about it. Timing was good. We had a new city manager, we had some money, and we spent it and we have a parking garage, but we can't seem to get anybody in it. You're really happy to have that, but why do you want to go to the parking garage when you park on the street? Well, if you read today's paper, it's going to cost you more for a ticket to park on the street. I think this campaign that I'm running in is going to be more regional. We have some regional areas that we do. We've got the communications center over across from City Hall. We have got a big Chino water project. We're working with Prescott Valley. We do some things that are just sort of tiptoe into the regional. Not a big buy-in, but enough to share. These times, you can't just do it on your own. You have got to get a partner. You've got to get somebody to work with you. So I think on this particular run, I'm really going to talk about regional organization. And there's all kinds of things you could do regional. You could do open space, you could do trails, you could do culture, you could do education. Economic development is always there, but it's not necessarily the mix that we need. We've got to be able to pull this together, and all together we're going to survive. In dealing with this council and past mayors that I've served with, I think that I'm qualified. I've served under 4 different mayors. I've been on a council for the last 12 years. If you go bridge them, I think you're looking at somebody that has shown some leadership, somebody that has stood up for you, and somebody that's going to continue to work for you. We're going to have problems. We're going to have issues. We're going to run out of money. We've got to get a city manager. We've got to do lots of things. But because I've been there, I think that you're going to vote for somebody that's going to do that.